can't stand.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all the praises and the glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Kodash. We give double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to our sincere brothers pushing this truth in all truth and sincerity. Tawada for tuning in again, Tawada. And we're going to talk about, the title for this lesson is Yahawashi, the Spirit who can. Let me bring out something quickly before. The true nature of Yahawashi in Google, it says, the world depicts Yahawashi, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, as being a soft-spoken, love everybody individual, but that is contrary to the scriptures, right?
Yeah, and it's contrary to the scriptures. If we're going to go into it, Yahawashi is the man who can. And that's a play on words. Yahawashi is the spirit who can. If you heard the saying, I am the man who can.
Right.
Yeah, if you heard that saying, which we know when he returns, he's not going to meet us as a man.
Oh, that's powerful, brother. Have it right here.
Yeah. So he's not going to meet us as a man, but he's going to return as a spirit. So hence the title, Yahawashi, the spirit who can. All right, go.
Isaiah 47:3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Right, because he's coming to take vengeance upon the wicked Edomites, right? Otherwise known as the devil, right? Which is their god is Satan. They worship Satan, and they are Satan, or the devil incarnate, which devil just means deceiver, and Satan is their god that they get their trinkets from. They've got a whole heap of different titles like dragon, beast, right? Because you've got dragon, which is the revived Roman. They're back here again as the beast. That's another one of their titles. Serpent, because they're subtle, very sneaky, and they use a whole heap of different ways in order to get there to fulfill their left-hand side agenda. So hence the title Yahawashi, and he's going to return with vengeance. Read that one again.
Right. It says,
as the man who can, spirit who can.
Isaiah 47:3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance. That's what the Lord says, to wait upon him. And I will not meet thee as a man.
Right, we're going to get into some of his characteristics, because he's balanced. We know that he's balanced. He's going to bring a whole heap of things, and justice is one of them, vengeance is one of them, and he's got some others too, things that he's going to bring, and that we're looking forward to. Bring out what you got.
This is a quick one based on the title. This is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Yahawashi, which strengtheneth me.
Yeah, break it down.
Yeah, so as the title goes, so what was it? The spirit who can?
Yahawashi, the spirit who can.
Yahawashi, the spirit who can, because of course we don't have this, we don't do these works of our own accord. Through our Kodash, as it says in Acts 1:8, he sent it to us, so it's through Yahawashi, that's how we're able to do these works, and that's how we're able to stay alive. And really just even from the basic things to the big things that we do, all according to Yahawashi, through Yahawashi. That's why in the beginning when we say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, we're saying through Yahawashi, because he's the mediator which intercedes for us to get mercy from Yahweh.
Hence the meaning of his name. Yahawashi, he saves, he delivers, and that's another thing that he's going to do when he returns. And that precept that you just read it again, Baba Kusha.
This is Philippians 4 and verse 13. It says, I can do all things through Hamashiach Yahawashi, which strengtheneth me. Yeah,
and we don't forget that. Right? We're here today through Yahweh Yahawashi. There may have been some hills that we had to overcome, some little hills and little obstacles. Not so much big today, but as far as the weather, right? But as we were saying, even any little kind of hills that we have to overcome, or obstacles, or we call them stepping stones, or stumbling blocks we have to overcome, it doesn't compare to what Apostle Paul went through. Ultimately, Yahawashi. But we can do it. We can do it because through him, as we're going to get into some of that today, through him, we can. I remember that the first. No, let me say this. I remember when I was watching one of the MMA fighters, John Jones, all right, and he'd be doing his training, and he's known. For those that know, he's into the MMA, and he's undefeated. As far as I know, he's undefeated. John Jones, I think he's moved up to heavyweight now. He used to be super middleweight. Now he's heavyweight. It might have been light heavyweight, but now he's heavyweight. So he's got that on his t-shirt. So even he's a we call them a mighty man. Today you call them. Back then you call them mighty men, contender. But he understands that he doesn't even do it himself.
Right.
He gives credit to Yahawashi, that Christian thing. We know where he's coming from with a Christian thing, but he has something that he aspires to, right? Maybe the confident thing, but he's not all confident in himself. And yes, you still have to train. We still have to put in our training. We still have to put in our studying, our meditating, and our prayer. Ultimately, the prayer, brother's been pushing that prayer thing.
Correct.
But through what we do, through his stripes, we are healed.
Yep.
Through Yahawashi. And so if we boast, we boast through him.
Yeah.
That's who we boast in.
Boast in the Lord. Yeah.
Are you holding some?
I got the one that.
Yeah. So
Psalms 103.
yeah, bring that one out. Yeah.
This is Psalms 103, starting from verse 1. Bless the Lord Yahweh, O my soul, and all that is within me.
Yeah.
Bless his holy name.
And this is King David. King David, and he understood everything he did. King David, as mighty as he was, the reputation that he had, he wasn't allowed to build a temple because he had too much, as they say, blood-stained hands, too much blood in his hands. So he was by Yahweh forbidden to build a temple, which that passed down to Solomon, his son. So it was passed down to his son Solomon because he was too much blood on his hands, which he was righteous anyway, But all the battles that he had, the overcoming he had was through. He would always consult Yahweh. He would never do it on his own will. He wasn't self-willed in that. So he gave credit to Yahweh. Carry on reading.
Yeah.
We're going to get into it.
This is Psalms 103 and verse 2. Bless the Lord Yahweh, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits.
Yeah, this. We have benefits. Let's not get it twisted. We have benefit in the truth. You come in the truth. It's bitter. It's bitter. Yeah, we're not in denial of that. We're not going to over. What's the word? We're not going to be in denial of it and say everything was sweet. Yeah. We have ups and downs. As I say, getting prepared to do the video today. We move around, we travel, and going home sometimes, but we feel we get job satisfaction. There is benefits, trinkets, as they say. Yeah. So that's why we give thanks. Bless the Lord, on my soul, forgetting all his benefits. Yeah. 3.
It says, who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases.
Right, so let me stop on that. Now, brothers are sick, man. Yeah, we all have our sicknesses. But let me go back to the title of the video, in way of exhortation. Yahawashi is the spirit who can. So despite you're in a ditch, sometimes you're in a ditch. But when you look back when you was in that ditch, you were out of that ditch. You got out of it. Maybe you didn't think you was going to get out of that ditch. And when I say ditch, I'm talking about whatever thorn in the flesh that you may have had in the past. You're still here. You're still glorifying the name of the Lord. So, and it says that who forgiveth all thine iniquities, right? Because he suffered and he took it all upon himself. Who healeth all our disease. Now we've got to believe that, man. Yahawashi, that's saying, I am the man who can. When really, if anybody can say that, it's Yahawashi. You heard men be saying that in cartoons, and there's a cartoon some may know it. The man from Del Monte say yeah, him say yeah. But I used to love that art. That instead they was doing some kind of advertising, but it was a man from some foreign country, and he does he travels far and wide to get what he's promoting over. He would travel far and wide to make sure that they get what they need. So, and if he's saying yeah, right, he's going to get there, right? Through mountains, hill and gully, everything, he's going to get there. So, yeah, who forgiveth all thy disease, he healeth all all thy iniquities, who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy disease. He say yes. And when we pray, I'm going to bring out that precept, Brother Bishop. When we pray, in the back of our mind, we've got to say to ourselves, he's going to say yes. We believe he's going to say yes. Not, you might not say, you might not get it today, tomorrow, next week, but him say yes. Bring out your precept.
Yeah, as a song, Usher goes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, Matthew 19:26. But Yahawashi Hamashiach behold them and said unto them, with men this is impossible, but with the Lord our power all things are possible.
Yeah, I think that song now you got me. Don't get me singing that. I'm just saying, he's feeling himself, right?
Yeah, right.
Usher, when he be dancing, he be doing them all them kind of dance move. He be feeling himself, man. You know what I mean? And the crowd they be cheering him on. You know, he sold that, but on the left hand side they be feeling themselves same way. And they got faith in their abilities. You know, they got faith that they're gonna get the what do you call these women that be rushing them chicken heads? I think they call them. The VIP, you know, he's gonna get the VIP treatment before the after party.
After party.
So that's what do you think he'd be saying yeah for? He's looking forward to the after party. All the girls them are cheering, man. So they're feeling themselves. Nah, that's on the left hand side. So right, I don't want to overstate it, but it's all right. You can feel yourself. You can believe. We gotta believe.
Righteousness.
Right, we know the scripture where it says in Hebrews 11. It's impossible to please the Most High without that faith. You got to believe, you got to feel Him. While you're praying, obviously, while you're going through, a lot of it is refining. You got it? Yeah. A lot of it is refining anyway. So it's like, what do you call it? Two-edged sword. You're catching hell at the same time. That hell you're catching is sometimes blessing comes in a way you can't recognize them. So it's like a hidden blessing. Sometimes that hell is a hidden blessing. Yeah, bring it out.
It's Hebrews 11 and verse 6. But without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Right, and sometimes that song, I don't want to sing it, Count Your Blessings, that's one of them Christian like anthems. Christian hymns, or them hymns, them them Christian hymns, them anthems. It's well known. Count your blessings one by one. You know, when I came home from here, I went through some stuff, or got here, I came home from I sat back and I thought to myself, there's a real good job satisfaction in doing this. A deep contentment that you don't get from nowhere else, man.
Yeah.
So, what does it say? Read it again.
Hebrews 11 and 6. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
In the back of my mind, if it's raining, I know it's only temporary. In the back of my mind, if it's a storm, after a storm there must be a calm. In the back of my mind, if my woman is going on stupid, the demon jumps on her, it's for a period of time. Right? So when we come to the Yahawashi, we come to him, and in the back of our mind, him say yes. Yeah, let's get back to let's get back to it.
So Psalms 103 and verse 3 again. Who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases, who redeemeth thy life from destruction, who crowneth thee with loving kindness.
Now I don't want to get into as you said, I think you said it a little while back. We could write books, but if that happens, that happens. But we could write books on some of the things that we've been through, you know, in Babylon, behind these enemy lines, running from the enemy, and there's a lot we know, there's a lot we don't know because of the people over there. Well, are we that famous? Well, the scripture says we're going to be public spectacle. We ain't got our garments on, we're just sitting there doing this video. But anyways, we're still a public spectacle. When we was gathered together after we met up, I looked, sometimes you just observe things. The bird was just watching us, just standing there like a statue,
right there.
And
they were coming closer as well.
With their eye, and when you see them when they're watching something, they're like, because they got eyes on their sides. They'd be going like that.
God.
They were just watching. We were just talking among us. But I said to the brother, I said, I wonder what it's like. What they see an aura around us. 3 auras around us. Have you ever saw that movie? They Know. I think it's They Know. Yeah. When the angels came down, and the angels came down to rescue the 2 children from the father. I can't remember the name of the guy. As a matter of fact, just to get my memory right. The name of the guy is well known.
What's the movie?
Tap in They Know and Cast. The movie They Know Cast. Which is going to help me to remember. But yeah, the angels, they had that look about them, like they had an aura around them when they came to collect the 2, which the 2 boy and the girl represented the elect at the end of the movie. Because I used to have that as my on my phone. That silhouette of them angels. They look a little bit like Silver Surfer. So the movie They Know, Cast. What's that guy's name? Have you typed in They Know? They Know Me.
Yeah, They Know Me. It's a movie. Is it like what time? The 90s.
That guy's name. All right, and let me get something else. What's that guy's name? It might come back to me.
Kane Black?
Gone. Nah.
It's a guy.
You know the guy on the horse, right? And he changes, and he's on a bike, and he's like fire.
Let me get
That movie, the guy is like a
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Oh yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Oh,
Tap in
yeah.
Ghost Rider Cast.
Oh,
the
you're
original,
talking,
the original
Oh,
one.
I know what you're talking about. What's his name again?
Is it?
Yeah, Ghost Rider and tap in movie and then tap in Cast, the original one.
Yeah,
That's
he's
in there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Nicolas
it.
Cage.
Oh, that's the Nicolas Cage. That's the one.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, that's the one I'm doing.
tap in Nicolas Cage movie. Because then it's going to come back to me. The movie. Sometime,
Yeah.
that's how you get. Sometimes you got to, just to try and figure them in. His movies, the movie that he's famous for, Nicolas Cage. He's got a lot of movies, man. Nicolas Cage in They Know. Just tap that. In the movie They Know. I'm gonna look up all of his movies. But yeah, for brothers that already you don't know, the movie Buffett's out there. Movie Buffin's out there. You don't know already. But the angels in the movie, they came down to rescue the youths, man, and it just looked like
Oh, you mean
knowing. See? That's it.
2009.
Knowing.
God.
And then tap in knowing. Just tap in knowing angels. Knowing angels. See? But it's alright. We're triggering our memory bank. And this is another thing, this is what's good about the Most-High's benefits. It keeps you active, so therefore it keeps you stimulated. All this what we're doing now, doing research, is stimulating the cognitive.
You want the images or
Give me the images. There you go. Right, show the image. Tap in one of them and then show the brother the image. Yeah. That I was always
Okay, yeah. I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen brothers put it as a thumbnail. Brothers use it as a thumbnail sometimes.
That's a powerful image.
Yeah.
We got there in the end. There's a saying, a picture paints 1,000 words.
The movie knows.
So that picture there, to me, I said to myself, okay. But we know that the angels, right, which they said they described them as tall African Americans, in their original form, but they can transform anyway, right? But in their form in the heavens, what I remember what Apostle Tahar was saying, they don't eat up there they're in their celestial state.
Yeah.
And that's the image that comes to mind, you know, of a celestial being. But when they're on earth, they can eat. They can be in a form of human looking. But obviously they're angels, you know, in a certain form. Yeah. So that a picture does paint 1,000 words. So yeah, that was the movie Knowing. Yeah, and they came down on earth to collect the girl and the boy from Nicolas Cage, and they brought them up into the celestial world. You know, brothers who break down movie buffing, they really get into that. But let's get back, man. You know,
Psalms 103 and verse 4. He redeemeth thy life from destruction. He crowneth thee with loving kindness.
See, in the back of our mind, yes, you do. Yes, you can. Yeah. What did Barack Obama say when he came in to be nominated? Yeah. And did we believe in him? You know, we weren't in the truth. Most of us weren't in the truth at that time. A black man, which we didn't know he was a Hamite. Yeah. And he said, and was he was inspiring.
Oh yes.
All right. The speech was
well spoken.
Well spoken. But hold on, there's a word I'm looking for. It was an inspirational speech.
Yeah.
Right? And he's just a man. Right? On the left-hand side, a sold-out man, a Hamite, right? Dealing with, you know, the beast, promoting the mark of the beast. Yeah, he's going to promote the mark of the beast. But I'm not. That's not. I didn't mean to say that, but in the spirit, I said that. But he was pushing. He's pushing the beast, right? And the empire, right? The revived Romans. And that's another one of their titles. So, but he said that, yes you can, and Yahawashi is saying that to us. That's what I'm pushing. That's the Bible. You know, we're pushing this out there, Akim. And that's a sign of faith as we looked at what the meaning of faith was. So carry on. You know, we're pushing that. We're getting that, and we're getting there. And we see a difference when we look back a year ago, 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The progress.
Yeah.
Right, we know more. Our memory's working better. I can go on and on and on and on. Right? Especially like we are getting better. When people get a little bit older, they say they're getting old. No, we're getting better.
That's the mentality.
Right? And we're learning. Yeah, we're getting better. Go on. Yeah.
So Psalms 103, verse 4 again. He redeemeth thy life from destruction. Who crowneth thee.
And he's already done that. Right? Oh, when has he done? Yes, he's already done that. He's from bringing us into the truth spiritually, but. Some of us could have been hit by a bus and we didn't even know the Most High, the angels were there.
Yeah.
And we're going to see all of it, what I'm saying in the spirit. We're going to get to see all the times it came into our aid. Brothers have had all different kind of birth problems and mothers' birth problems. I've got some that maybe at the right time I'm going to bring some of them out. I've brought out some to the brothers, some of them. But there's a lot. Sometimes if you're lying down in the bed, you get premonitions about, wait a minute, I didn't know that. I forgot all about that. A brother was talking about something and I didn't even mention it, but I forgot, and it came to me a week later. All the things that this is why we're praising him now. Let me just let the scripture speak.
Who crowneth thee with loving kindness and tender mercies.
Yeah.
Who satisfieth thy mouth with good things, so that thy youth is renewed like the eagle.
Yeah, we might come back to this and read it in the NLT again, but for the sake of time and the weather, we may have to just carry on reading anyway. And the bird, hear the bird chiming in. So they always chime in, man. You know, they're waiting. The scripture's saying that even the animals are waiting for the deliverance of us. The whole creation are waiting for us to be freed from the chains of darkness.
The trees.
So they're saying, come on. They're cheering us on. They're our cheerleaders, you know. People talk about cheerleaders. The animals and all of them, every last one of them are our cheerleaders. Don't get it twisted. Even the ones you can't see. Even the little ants and little ladybirds that you see walking around. Oh, we saw that video of the time when the wasp came on me. They ain't never gonna sting us now. Especially now we've got the spirit of the Lord on us. I say that in the spirit, you know. Especially now we ain't gonna be just we're not malicious. We're not malicious people. So they're becoming on us. The bees are not gonna sting us. Soon, birds are gonna be. What happened to Elijah and Noah? On the boat, and Elijah, birds came and was feeding him.
Yeah. Okay.
There's too many examples, man. Yeah, carry on.
So Psalms 103 and verse.
Salakia, Noah, the bird didn't come and feed him. He came and showed him that there was land not too far away. Brought him a little twig. The twig was to let him know that there's land. There's a land at a distance, or land is getting closer. So the deluge is subsiding. So that was an instance where a bird intervened. If there is a Tarzan, we hear about Tarzan in the jungle, all them movies, right? Which a brother enlightened me that was based on a true story. But even in that, there was a series that came on every Saturday. We used to watch it with Tarzan, a white man. They was really pushing white supremacy in that series. Because really, if there is a Tarzan, it's Yashua Allah, so-called black people today. Right? I spoke about Caesar Milan, but he was able to communicate with dogs. Dog whisperer. And you got, I'll say a little bit, I can do that too, but it's early days. Communicate with birds too. And certain things we're learning, and it's the language of the Hebrew, we're getting that back. Yeah. Brothers can chime in anytime you want to chime in. Right? I know brothers, they brothers be talking about. Sometimes you can't remember all of your testimonies with birds. I know you communicate with birds. You had a thing not too long ago with birds. You saw a bird, a crow. But these are just signs that we're coming back in league once again with the animals. Which if there is a Tarzan, which that was folly based on white supremacy, a man that communicates. What's the other one? Dr. Doolittle.
Oh yeah,
that was Eddie Murphy. Right. At least he was a black man, but he's no white man in that, because they just do wickedness to the planet. This man is where's that in the back of my mind? He's insatiable. There's another one. He's out of the temple. There's another one. That one's out of the temple. Anyway, it might come back to me. But let's get some of them scriptures about Esau is the harbinger of death. He's about destruction. You know where I'm coming from with that. He's a base man. We know about that one. He's a base man. He's the harbinger of death. To kill. Yeah, that's the one that's in the back of my mind. Yeah, carry on briefly.
Still kill and destroy.
Yeah, that's that one. That's in the back of my mind. Bring it out and then let's get back. And if you've got any precepts, or you want to chime in, just chime in any time. But yeah, that's the one. John chapters 10 and verse 10. He comes to kill, to steal, and destroy. He would never be someone like a Tarzan who was always looking out to rescue, protect the jungle, to keep the jungle from being which they had black people in the jungle as the enemies. Which they were probably Hamites, but he was Tarzan was beating up the black people that were indigenous to the jungle, right? Which probably was Brazilians, Brazilians, the natives over there in Brazil. The native Brazilians would be Asherites, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. They would be Asherites, Brazilian Asherites. Yeah, so he would be over there, a white man beating up those native to the land over there in the rainforest, which would be Asherites, Brazilians, so-called Seminole Indians, Reubenites, Ephraimites, North American Indians. He would be single-handedly dealing with them if it was true, which it wasn't true. We would be the Reubenites, you could say all the tribes really, Northern and the South. We would be the original Tarzan, savers of the planet, savers of the earth. Yes, have you got that one?
Yeah. So this is John 10 and verse 10. John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundant.
Yeah. That's Yahawashi. Back to the title of the video. Yahawashi is the man who can, and we're pushing Yahawashi. We're pushing that.
Yeah.
Right, and under Yahawashi you got David, the man who can. Yahawashi. Let me say, Yahawashi is the spirit who can, because when he returns, you're going to meet him not as a man, the spirit who can. King David, the man who can. He's a spirit too, and we saw a little glimpse I believe what the elders said was true when he came over the LA camp, and they said that was the spirit of a glimpse of the spirit of David returning. And just it's funny because I never saw King Marshall, but I felt, I say it humbly, I felt as though I've seen him before. Just the spirit alone, just the thing, just the body language, you know, my body language, but just the way he did what he did, the movements, and that there's something familiar about that. But anyway, so under Yahawashi, King David, the man who can, and then the 144,000, right, which the elder prophet Tahar calls them the real superheroes, potentially, where the hopefully elect could be among them, Lord willing, we are the men who can, the superheroes who can. And we're about putting everything right side up.
Can I say something? Right?
Please.
As you said, as you title that lesson, it's a good title for it, because Yahawashi is all about synchronization. When you think about it, when you have those swimmers, you know, when the Olympics they have the women that do synchronization swimming, they do everything on the see?
At the same
yeah,
time.
At the same time.
yeah.
That's, as you said,
In
Tariq,
sync with each
in
other.
sync.
Yeah.
That's what we're waiting for Yahawashi to put everything back to its original state.
I like that.
Right? Let's go here.
Right.
Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made it not? Or shall the thing framed say of it, him that framed it, he had no understanding? You see, Esau, Edom, they always do things, but you see, they don't. You see, that's what we call it. You see, Yahawashi, he's what? As you said before, you said it earlier. He's what? The Alpha and Omega.
Yeah.
He's the beginning and he's the end.
Yeah.
Whatever Yahawashi starts, it's going to be accomplished and it's going to be perfect until the end. Esau, Edom, they will start something, but they can't accomplish. You know, all they do are diligent search. Their end come is always destruction, because they turn things upside down. Right? That's why we need Yahawashi come back to put everything back into synchronization. As you said, Arya, the birds need the trees.
Yeah.
Right? Because the birds, when you look at birds, they're in the trees, aren't they?
The nest,
They put their nest in the trees.
Yeah.
You see, everything is in synchronization.
Yep.
Right? Now you have birds now scrummaging for all kinds of food. They're eating all kinds of, they're pecking on different things.
GMOs,
The trees, the different types of trees that there are, which is a great variety. Like for example, the oak tree.
Right.
The oak tree. I'm glad to do that. The oak tree is known for its versatility in supplying food, not only to nourish the earth or to draw nourishment from the earth, but all variety, different types of birds.
This is it.
Creatures.
Yeah.
Right, we could talk about all the different types of trees, the trees of Lebanon, the trees, the fir trees, I mentioned the oak tree, the pine trees.
Pine trees, yeah.
I'm getting more into them pine trees, man. I tell you, there's a secret. As we're learning, the secrets are no longer secrets anyway, but they're very life-sustaining. You know, the more you get into the earth, how the earth was created for our sake.
Yeah.
But did you finish your point?
No, I finished my point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Say
it again.
So basically, we need Yahawashi because you know we need to put everything back into its original form, right? Because everything in the kingdom is going to be all in sync, right? Everything's going to be moving in tandem. Everything's going to be in perfection, and there's going to be no confusion, right? So that's it basically.
All right, bring out your. I got one here, but let me see what yours says as well. All right, let me just see. I'm curious.
In Google, it says working together, working well together in agreement.
All right.
That's what in sync.
That's beautiful, bro. That's beautiful.
All right, I'm curious. Sometimes I've got the same one here. I tapped in what it says underneath. It says, what is in sync with each other? When two things are in our case, people work in perfect rhythm with each other. When you are synced with your partner, you are fully present with that person, mind, body, and spirit. So I like the word body language, right? And we got our women, brothers have their woman, right? And there's a saying, do you see eye to eye with your woman? What about do you see eye? You see, now I'm going to just say this just on the surface. I don't want to get too deep on the woman. Right now, we're not in sync with our woman, right? Because you know, she's drunk the juice. She's been beguiled by the serpent, Satan. And that happens from all the way from the book of Genesis, where he said that surely you shall not eat from the fruit. And she,
Yeah.
that all it did was made her more curious and gone, take that fruit of knowledge, which was a symbolic tree, and now she's in sync with Satan the devil.
Yep.
She's been beguiled by Satan the devil. She's receiving all these trinkets. She's drinking the juice, and we're not in sync with the woman. The scripture's done. We spoke a little bit about it on the highways and the byways. Yeah. All right, bring out your precepts.
Just a quick one on the point.
Yeah.
Amos 3:3. Can two walk together
All right.
except they be agreed?
Yeah, break it down.
Yeah, that, on the point of being in sync, really, that just means things are moving with the same rhythm.
Right.
With as soon as the woman, of course, going to consume the philosophies of Esau, going back to the garden, that removed her being in sync with her husband. So of course, her husband trying to please Yahawashi and Yahawashi, well, Yahweh in that time, really he was supposed to be in sync, but as soon as Eve left and then he partook in those philosophies,
Yep.
that was when the fall came. But of course, as said here, can two walk together except they be agreed? That means not just man to man as well. When you're walking in the street, it could be your family as well.
Yep.
That's why we can't really mingle too much with the world.
Yep.
We've got to tolerate them, but it's because we're on two different wavelengths. We're not in sync.
Well said.
It's the same thing with the woman and the man.
Yes.
Yeah, well said.
Out of sync.
And as you said, to really sum up relationships, because we don't know. Let me say, the scriptures are relationship counselors. So if we apply the scriptures, we're going to get somewhat better out of our relationship, but it's still going to be tribulation in the flesh. But two can't walk together unless they agree. So that's why we find, generally speaking, our women, we're not in sync with them, because she yammed the fruit, gave it to her husband, he yammed it, symbolic fruit that is of knowledge, and they fell from grace. So from being able to live to eternity, which is part of the movie, the Most High View, from being able to live forever, eternity, be immortal, then Adam put from the ground, the meaning, and so therefore he lived for 935 years. So that was you might say less than a day. A day to the Most High is 1,000 years. So he didn't live out his, which was part of the movie. He didn't even live he lived under a day. So he fell from grace because he listened to a woman. And it's the same today. But we learned that. We learned about that. We learned a valuable lessons from that. Things are not in sync in general. Just the vibration now as we got into this truth now. Mere oppression does make a madman act crazy,
right,
and everything more and more as we're coming in sync with our brothers, but everything's like out of sync.
It's weird.
The animals. Let me say. I like what one of the elders said as well. He said that the YNs, right? So, let me say it right. One of the elders said, Elder Apostle Wakai said, the YNs are described as animals, but really they're worse than animals because the animals are in sync.
True.
The animals are in their nature.
Yeah.
And just to make the point, the animals are more in sync than the YNs because they're now under the vibration of Esau, the beast, and so therefore they become like monsters, beastly.
Yeah.
So they're out of sync. But we don't have to peer that too much, man. I'm just making the point because that was all part of the movie as well. The deceiver and the deceiver are his, and the two thirds have to be cut off. But we feel it. We feel it, and brothers be feeling it in the corporate world. Things are out of sync. When I see certain things be taking place, I can just feel, I need to get away from that. That person. I'm not saying no specific names or nothing, but I need to get away from that position, that person. He's out of sync with the planet. Therefore, me and him two can't walk together unless they agree, and not to be unevenly yoked with unbelievers.
Yeah.
But you do what you have to do in Babylon, obviously.
Yeah.
You be as courteous as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got something? If you finish your point, that was really the point I wanted to...
That was the point.
Yeah, all right. So two things are, back to the word again. When two things, what is sync with each other? When two things are, in our case, people work in perfect rhythm with each other, right? That's what in sync is, right? So you're going to get a relationship. You're going to meet you're going to meet your gal, your future wife. It's going to be ups and downs in it, the scripture says. Tribulation in the flesh. And we ain't going to be wholeheartedly in sync with our women right? Which is the tribes, the 12 tribes women, is going to be some kind of rifts a lot of the time for the most part. But our women are going to be in their right minds in the kingdom. We do know that because the scripture doesn't tell us that. But don't get too, like I say, don't get too bogged down with this world. We know that this world is passing away, and so is its desires.
Yeah.
You got something?
No, yeah.
All right. Yeah. So the world is passing away, and so is its desires. Let's get back to
Psalms 103.
because this is David speaking. Yeah.
This is Psalms 103 from verse 5. Who satisfieth thy mouth with good things,
Yeah.
so that thy youth is renewed like the eagle.
Yeah. And we're being renewed, man. Yeah. You got this brother here. You got Ahab, Ratazar, Arya. We're being renewed in the spirit,
Day by day.
and that's why we keep pushing.
Little by little.
Yeah.
Little by little.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Go on.
You want to elaborate on what you elaborate, bro?
No, that's just, little inside joke. Ratazar sometimes just says, talk about myself.
All right. No, don't say it. All right, we have our inside joke. It's all right. So, little by little, man. But, But 1,000 years to the Most High is one day. Right? 1,000 years to us is of one day. So, it seems slow.
Yeah.
It's not slow. I look back and I say, what are you about Shimon Shai? Same way how what King David is doing right now. You want to get that?
What, that 1,000 years?
Yeah,
I'm
might as
getting
well.
it.
Yeah, all right, we're going to bring that out after. Yeah, what?
2 Peter 3 and 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day.
Yeah, that's it. So it seems slow, and it's too slow. If you ask me, it's slow. My condition, I want to be healed from it yesterday, but that's just because that's the flesh. Brothers, I know brothers feel the same. We want to be healed from it. We want to be out of this chains of darkness yesterday, but it's not about it's not about us. It's about Yahawashi. And through his stripes we are healed, though. That's the thing. Yeah. So yes, he can. Yes, he will.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yes, he can. The man, the spirit, the move is in the back of my head. The man from the Almighty, him say yes, but that it's a play on words. Yahawashi, he say yes. In the back of our mind, we pray to him. Well, I was talking about prayer recently. The past couple of weeks, I've been speaking a lot about prayer. To be persistent and persevere in prayer. 1 Thessalonians 5, right? And all the things that are going to help us to keep in the spirit. Despite your circumstances, you're going to stay in the spirit if you keep up with your regime. That's the spiritual regime.
Yeah. This is Zephaniah 3 and 8. That's just a lot. Yeah, I think you have it.
No.
All right, I'll tell you what, bring out your one, then we're going to get back to this, and then we're going to get Ahab's one. Yeah.
So Zephaniah 3 and verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
All right, yeah, man. Self-explanatory. That's the twofold. The Most High come with wrath, and we're happy about. He's also bringing us his children, the elect, the hopeful elect. There's benefits to serving him. And he's not so unkind to want to give you those benefits, right? And as we know, it's going to be in the kingdom. That's what we're looking forward to. We are looking forward to the benefits in the kingdom, and it's going to be to infinity.
Yeah, because he said that it's the Lord's pleasure to give you the kingdom of heaven.
Finish off. Is it 6 to 8, and then let's get to
So Psalms 103 and verse 6. The Lord Yahweh executed righteousness and judgment for all
that are oppressed.
Yeah,
I was talking about. Yeah, we've got testimonies. We've got our previous lives. We've got the lives before that. For those that understand the reincarnation, that He's going to execute judgment for that. The eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He sees that, and he's going to bring vengeance to those that oppressed us. So there's a backlog. There's a backlog of blessings that we're going to get, and there's a backlog this is, let me say it right, most sides about balance. A backlog of judgment, and he's going to execute judgment for those backlogs. He's going to bring it all up to date. Carry on.
So this is Psalms 103 and verse 7 now. He made known his ways unto Moses, his acts unto the children
That's
of Israel.
Yahshua Allah, the Prince of the Power. Jacob wrestled with the angel, and that was a beautiful example. I like that. I refer to that for those of us brothers that are into the MMA and the boxing and all of that. You need to be a fighter.
Yeah.
Right? And if it's not physical, for the most part, physical, spiritual. But some cases, sometimes brothers have had to get into it and turn up in the physical. And don't get it twisted. King David was getting down, he was getting busy, and the mighty men are back, who were back there with him, are back here today, and they're getting busy today. Now it's more in the spiritual though. But when they come in like a flood, for those that are very hands-on, right? Because the brothers are very hands-on, but we've got to, as you brought out that perfect precept, you have to wait there upon the Lord. He's going to rise up to the prey. And avenge not ourselves, judgment belongs to him. Vengeance is mine, I will repay. So, but there's a backlog, and it's going to be brought up to date of the Most High's judgment. Carry on.
Psalms 103 and verse 8. Lord Yahweh is merciful and gracious, slow to anger, and plenteous in mercy.
Yeah. Oh, because he blessed. As a matter of fact, we might get that one. Jacob wrestling, but since you've been holding that for a little while, let's get to that.
You want to get this? Yeah?
Yeah, get that.
All right, Psalms 75, verse 3. The earth and all the inhabitants thereof are dissolved. I bear up the pillars of its Selah. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked, lift not up the horn. Lift not up the horn on high. Speak not with a stiff neck.
Yep.
For promotion cometh.
Lift not up the horn. Don't rise up the pride. Don't people just listening. I don't. Are we so loud that people just walking past and they just want to stop and listen to us? Are we that loud? I guess we're as you said, we're a spectacle. People listen to our conversations. When they talk, I don't care what they're talking about.
No.
But they care about.
But that's spiritual, you said it because the foolish stuff preaching.
Yeah.
Talk about the foolish.
Yeah.
And we said it in verse 4.
Yeah.
And I said unto the fools, deals not foolishly, and to do the wicked, lift up them the horn.
The fool has said in his heart there
There's
is
no
God.
God. That's it.
But we're talking about God when you act like you care. You don't believe in God.
You don't believe.
It's the spirit.
I'm not cussing them out. I'm just,
I know,
just talking in the spirit.
So what?
So, but I was noticing this, right? Sometimes I'll be doing my walks and talks, and I'll be finding some nice little spots, right?
Yeah.
And then you got some flipping, they're stopping and listening, bro.
Yeah.
You can't make this up. But I guess this truth is interesting. I mean, I guess that we're, as you say, we're a public spectacle.
I got the precept.
All right, get it, man, please.
Beautiful, brother. Beautiful.
1 Corinthians 4 and 9. For I think that the Most High hath set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were, appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men.
Yes, there you have it, man. So we're not in, we don't think that we're saying in. I mean, we know. Let me say, we know we're speaking some heavy gems and spiritual truths. And we think that they're not paying us no mind. Them listening, man. They're worried about the kingdom going down, man. You got something to say. You got something to say.
All it is, as it says, a spectacle is just something where it's a sight to behold. So people want to go and then see that thing. That's why, brothers doing camp, or brothers doing little videos, or even just brothers doing their individual videos. People will just stare at us sometimes. That's just it. Because, Yahawashi has placed her heart with us, the Holy Spirit upon us. And that's very attractive to those of the world. Of course, you got demons out there, but at the same time, they're just attracted to.
But they know there's nothing they can do against the truth, but only for the truth.
For the truth.
Anyway, So you was in around about Psalm 75, around about 4.
Yeah, going back to it again. Yeah.
Let me just check it.
Right, Psalm 75 verse 4. And I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked lift not up the horn.
Yep.
Lift not up the horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck.
Yeah.
For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Lord our power is the judge.
Yeah, talking about that word promotion, man. Yeah, promotion. Let me say this too. As once again, looking back, the Most High promoted us to a certain level, even now on this side.
Yeah, man.
I think back, I look back,
That's
you know,
true, that's heavy.
And I say to what Yahawashi,
Yeah.
and we know individually that, you know, the progress that we've made deep down within us. You know what I mean? We was talking about that as well among ourselves. And yeah, we're not going to pat ourselves on the back yet, but we are going to encourage each other though, you know, and look back sometimes and as the saying goes, counting those blessings. Bless not the most, forget not all his benefits.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's the precept of Psalms 103.
Yeah.
So that's another way we show appreciation by Duwadi Yahawashi for bringing me to this point, and let me continue, Lord willing. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah. For promotion cometh neither from the east.
That's that promotion. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, go on.
And remember, promotion comes in different levels, you know. Because when the boss calls you in the office, he promotes you from one stage to another stage.
Yeah.
And you please him, he's going to call you back in the office again. I'm going to promote you again. Yeah.
Oh, and there's another. Now, yeah, I'm glad you said that, because there's a saying, hurry come up.
Yeah. Oh.
You know what I mean? And
that's true. I know that saying.
Go
Yeah.
on.
No, yeah. Hurry, come up. You know what I mean? You don't go through the right channels.
Yeah.
You just jump from point A to D.
Yeah.
Right? Without going from point A to B to C, the
Yeah.
correct way. Hurry, come up.
Yeah.
It's a Caribbean
Yep.
saying.
Yeah. So, you know, if my mum, on my mum's side, the Benjamin.
Yeah.
They're not in that hurry come up thing, or taking shortcuts, because you're only going to get cut short. Rushing, or run before you can walk.
Yes.
So
yes.
the promotion that comes from the Most High, you may be able to cut some corners in the world.
Yeah.
Tell some some supplanting and whatever the case may be to go ahead in the job and all of that.
Yeah.
No, that don't run with the Yahawashi. So we're taking our load and we're taking it in the spirit of the Lord on His time. Right? There's a balance. We don't want to be no sluggards, because but we don't want to be presumptuous.
Yes.
At the same time.
Right.
And we know when we the Most High saying, all right, you're doing too much. We speak about you're doing too much. All right, you're doing too much. And we know in the spirit. Why? Because we're in sync with the spirit. And we know. But at the same time, the promotion, we want to take the low, accept the situation, the position that we're in. We're young in this truth. We know we are.
One more verse.
Yeah.
But the Lord of power is the judge.
Yeah.
He's the main judge, isn't he? He putteth down one and setteth up another.
Yeah. See, we leave that. That's in the hands of the Most High.
Yes.
Right. For those that try to force the Most High's hand,
And-
they're nowhere to be seen.
No way to be seen.
And in our short time we've been in the truth, we've seen that happen. We don't call no names, and we've seen it even among other camps too. We don't, hurry come ups, want to surpass the elders and all of that.
Never.
No, we always, and we got to reaffirm it.
Yeah.
It's on the Most High's time. It's all on the Most High's time.
Right.
Now, I mentioned this, so I'm going to let the scripture speak. Genesis chapter 32. Yeah. Here's another example of it's on the Most High's time.
This is Genesis 32, starting from verse 24. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day.
Yeah.
And when he saw that he prevailed,
And we know this, when you get into the whole of the context of the whole of the chapter, we know that this is an angel. I think it's going to actually go, make a point of that as well. Yeah, carry on.
Verse 25, and when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him.
Because we got straight to the point. So Jacob wrestled with this angel, it's described as a man, but we know it's an angel, from night until the break of day. So it was could have been, it was a long battle. Let me just say that. A wrestle. For those that have seen wrestling, brothers who are into the wrestling or the MMA, just fighting, things was happening. It was physical.
Yeah.
This was physical. Yeah, carry on.
And verse 26, and he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except
Determination.
thou except thou bless me.
Right, see that? The moral of the story is if you want something, sometimes you really... Go on.
No, go on, brother. I hear you saying. Go
You
on.
know what I mean? Sometimes you really want something, you got to go for it. You got to fight for that thing, and in the spirit. In the spirit. Brothers, let me say this too. The Wadi Yahawashi Shai, right? Because I've learned some things far as health. As far as health. And I can say the testimony on the things I've learned. For another video, because we're going to make it too long. I'm just going to say the Wadi Yahawashi Shai for being able to showing me the light at the end of the tunnel. Lord willing, we continue, right? And yeah, the example here, right? The wrestling, yeah?
Yeah.
Read 26 again.
Genesis 32 and 26. And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me.
Right, so the term, as you said, he was Jacob, Yasha Allah, right? He's going to make mention of it.